You probably ask yourself more than once on how to get that pro vocal sound. The answer is not with plugins, analog gear, or a mixing technique. It has way more to do with the source itself, the recording, the performance, and this is where it lies. So I'm gonna share with you 5 pro vocal recording tips, hacks, techniques, secrets, call them whatever you want, but it will definitely lead you to get that pro vocal sound that you're looking for. Now, the first one on the list is room acoustics. This is an important factor for a great vocal recording sound. Now, let's look at this condenser microphone. This type of microphone is perfect to record vocals. It's gonna sound good, but it's also gonna be pretty sensitive to the environment around you, the room you are recording in. So if you're recording in a room that has no treatment, that means that the sound will bounce off the walls and the early reflections of your room is gonna hunt you down while recording, because this microphone will record these early reflections. So that's why it's important to get a minimum of acoustic treatment to get more control over those early reflections. And there's also the position you place yourself or the singer inside your room. If you get too close to the back wall, you have to be careful, because even if you sing towards the microphone, that microphone capsule is gonna capture whatever's coming from the back of the singer also. So if you get close to the back wall that doesn't have any acoustic treatment, you're probably gonna end up recording some early reflections coming from that back wall on top of your vocal. And it's gonna be very hard to get rid of that sound while mixing. So you don't need to get like lots of acoustic treatment and make your room super dead for it to sound good when recording vocals. Just a minimum of acoustic treatment to control those early reflections is gonna do the trick. Now for the second one, we are talking about monitoring the headphone mix of the singer, which is very important to take the time to balance that right. So a good cue mix balance on the singer's headphone is gonna help the singer to perform better. And let's face it, a good performance is gonna go a long way above the quality of the microphone and the preamp you're gonna use for the recording. The performance is key for a pro recording, okay? So, to get a good performance, the singer needs to be comfortable, needs to hear himself in a very good and balanced way. Now, if the singer's voice is too loud on his headphones, that will make the singer to maybe sing a bit more quietly, okay? Without as much energy that is probably needed for this recording. And also, if the voice is too loud, that means that the music is too low. So the reference point of the timing of the music might be messed up, which could make the singer's performance a bit more loose to the bed music track. So as a home producer, if you hear that the singer lacks a bit of energy while singing, or is not very tight with the tempo of the music, that probably means that the voice level in the singer's headphones is a bit too loud, so that will need to be rebalanced. Now, if you have to deal with some pitching issues and you find that the singer is a bit off-key for most of the recording, that probably means that this time the music is a bit too loud compared to the singer's voice. So again, you're gonna need to rebalance. So now that we're talking about headphone mixes for a singer, something else that is actually pretty cool that I tend to see lots of singers doing is to remove one side of the headphones just to get more of the surrounding sound and get more of a live feel, and that can help some singers to record better performances. So keep that one in mind. I actually use that one more than once. So on top of getting the right balance, removing one earpiece of the singer's ear might help also on the singer's performance. Next on the list is the mic position, and that means the distance. It also means the angle. Okay, so there are several things that we need to pay attention here. First, the distance between the singer and the microphone. That will change the tone of the vocal sound. So let's listen to an example on how that sounds like in reality. Now, this part of the video is taken from my course, Pro Home Recording with Cubase. This is a course that I designed to give you all the tools you need to improve and get your recordings to the next level. And this is a course where I share 20 years of experience recording music in my home studio, talking about all of my recording techniques, all the tools that I work with in Cubase that actually actually brings my recording workflow to the top. So all of this in one course, check it out. The link is down below. Now let's listen to this example and just pay attention to the tone of the voice. You'll notice that when the singer gets close to the mic, the vocal sound will be a bit more darker, warmer, but also a bit more boomy, okay? And the further away the singer gets from the microphone, the more definition you'll get out of the vocal sound, but also the thinner the sound will get, the further away he gets from the microphone. And this is where you can tone shape your sound straight from the recording stage.
Night and day, I'm wondering, I don't wanna fight the night and day, I'm wondering, I don't wanna fight the night and day, I'm wondering, I don't wanna fight the...
So finding the right distance between the singer and the microphone is a good way to also find the right tone for your recording. And there's also the microphone angle. The angle is going to play a huge role. So if you want to get more control on sibilants or plosives when recording vocals, you can angle the mic also, just a bit to the right or a bit to the left, or just upwards also with an angle, you know, that can help to eliminate some plosives and some sibilants, you know, straight from the recording. And there's also this wonderful tool, the pop filter, which is going to help to get rid of plosives when recording vocals. So this is a tool that I use all the time when I record vocals. Now at number 4, back vocal recording. If you record back vocals, something you can do is to use maybe a different microphone. You know, different from the one you use to record the lead vocal. This is the best way to get a different tone, a different character to the back vocals, which will help to give more separation between the lead vocal lines and the back vocals, which is great when recording vocals. Now, the second microphone can be a dynamic microphone like this one, like an SM57, a 58, that can work pretty well to do back vocals, you know? Or it can also be, of course, another condenser microphone. But if you don't have access to more than one microphone to record your vocals, which is the case for lots of home studio musicians, something you can do is to play around with the distance of the mic you have, like we just saw on the last tip. So maybe get a bit more further away from the microphone this time around when recording your back vocals compared to the distance you had while recording lead vocals. You know, this will create a slightly different tone than the tone you have on your lead vocal recording. And that is going to help to add more separation between the lead vocal and also the back vocals. Now for the next vocal recording tip is to control the recording level. Now, a vocalist can be very dynamic. You can record one verse at a certain level and you get to the chorus and now, you know, the singer sings way louder than the verse and you get like way more signal coming in and you lose control. Okay, so this is something you need to pay attention to when recording vocals, the dynamics. The number one thing you can do is to record your vocals using a compressor with just a bit of compression to control the dynamics of the vocal. But lots of home studio musicians don't have access to a hardware compressor. So in that case, you can use a plugin, which I actually never do when recording, but you can also control the dynamics of the recording signal manually. So something that can be done to begin with is to record all verses and choruses on 2 different tracks. This is the easiest way to control the dynamics in a way. So you get your levels for the verse, you record all the verses, and then you work on the choruses while readjusting the vocal input levels for the choruses. So that is a way to go. But this is not necessarily what is the best for the performance side of the recording. Sometimes that works very well, even for the performance. But on some songs and some recordings, the singer might perform way better and give you a way better recording if the singer sings the full song in one shot for a couple of takes and then work on overdubs. Now, in that case, if I have to deal with the difference of dynamics between the verse and the chorus, I will then just bring down the level of the preamp when going from the verse to the chorus to balance things out during the recording. And by bringing the vocal level down, that is also going to give a better recording experience to the singer. And this is something that I did more than once, especially when recording without the use of a compressor. So don't forget that to get a pro vocal sound, it's not always about the plugins, the mixing technique, so on and so forth. It has a lot to do with the quality of the recording, and that starts with a very good vocal performance and all the tools you need to capture the best out of the singer. So a good microphone, good monitoring, a nice room, and a good performance, and you're good to go. Now, if you work in Cubase, you're going to be interested on watching this video where I share my top 5 recording features found in Cubase. Leave your questions below. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and to check my recording course, Home Recording with Cubase. The link is down below. Until next time, take care and see you.